Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Gallagher Shots YouTube channel. Welcome to an evening we've all been looking forward to for a very, very long time. It is the live watch along for the Gallagher Shots for the Champions League group stage. We will be following it along. We have some graphics all set up so you can see the groups on the stage. I'm Scott. I'm your host for the moment. There will be more people joining, so don't worry about that. If you don't like me, there will be more people coming in. I'm joined at the moment by Joe, Daniel, Harry, and Daryl. This is going to be one of those shows where there's a lot of people on camera, a lot of people talking. There may be a bit of mayhem, but lads,
It'll be
I'm going
fun.
to open it up to the floor. How is everybody doing, and is everybody looking forward to this draw?
I can't believe the day's
good.
actually come, man.
Same in it.
I know, I'm always a bit nervous, but no, I'm really excited.
It's weird watching something when I'm on with you. I'm just going to spend half my time like this.
Yeah. Sat there on my Todd. But yeah, no, it's weird watching this knowing that we're involved.
Yeah.
Like,
as
it's
long
not
as
really
they don't drag it out.
Well, they will, won't they?
Well, they will.
It's getting dragged out. I don't think you've got any worry about that. But Daniel, mate, you are a UCL expert, and I'm putting that because you do a Champions League podcast, and you can put us in there. Can you explain to us what we're going to expect for this sort of thing? Because I don't believe the last time we were in the Champions League there was this much of a fanfare for the draws. I don't think they made it this much of a song and dance about it. It certainly wasn't something. Looking at what I'm watching on my phone at the moment, it wasn't anything like this.
Yeah, expect a lot of procrastination. Yeah, perfect word, fanfare. This is the time for UEFA officials to get themselves in the spotlight, make it about them, make no mistake. So what we're probably going to expect is, we've got the red carpet stuff at the minute, so that'll drag on a little bit. Generally, what they'll do is once they're all inside and they'll explain how the draw is going to work, because it can be quite complex. It's not just you can't draw teams from the same pot and you can't draw teams from the same country. Because other teams can't draw teams from the same country, that affects certain things. Because certain clubs can't play on the same night. For example, the two Manchester clubs can't be drawn to play on Tuesday night together. That's going to be an issue. So they've got a supercomputer basically to help them work it all out, and they're going to try their best to explain. Honestly, my recommendation would be just switch off a little bit. When the draw actually happens, it'll say this is the team, and they can be drawn into X pot. So that's how it works. A team will be drawn, then someone else will rub the balls around, and then it'll tell you what group they're in. It's not just pull it out and then you're in A, pull it out, you're in B, etc., etc. So what we're going to expect is, before that's all explained, honestly, you need a degree in maths to figure out some of this stuff. Hence why they do try and make it as easy as possible, so you can switch off.
Or corrupt.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did get it wrong one year. I don't know if you remember, it was last year or the year before, they had to redo it. They did it wrong where they had to, I think the only teams that end up playing each other again were Chelsea and Lille. So that was fun times, especially when my channel live streamed it and we had to do another live stream afterwards later on in the evening.
Well, let's hope we don't have to do another one, because I don't know if I can stomach
none of that. So
this is jazzy, by the way.
They'll probably bring out a couple of ex-pros. Likely one would have won it, and the other one will be a national representative that's played in the Champions League of the country that's hosting the final. I don't know who that is. So that's normally how they do it. Like Alton Tops normally if it's in Istanbul, that sort of thing. So we can always try and guess who's going to be on there. They'll then
I can tell you one. Sorry, I can tell you one because he was interviewed before I joined the stream earlier, and it was it's Joe Cole. Joe Cole's there. He's been.
I was literally about to say, is it an ex-Chelsea player? They always seem to get ex-Chelsea players. Drogba's done it a few times. Sen, Makaleli, they tend to get ex-Chelsea players, so it is funny that they do that. Not that I'm sure Joe Cole ever won it with Chelsea. So they'll then start doing awards in between drawing pots. So there are UEFA awards to be won tonight, like anyone cares. They will do most likely the goalkeeper award, so goalkeeper of the year. That's for both the men's and the women's game. They'll then draw all the pot one teams. They'll then do the defenders of the year, men and women, pot two, midfielders, pot three, forwards, pot four. That it'll probably work out that way. That's certainly how it's been done the last few years. Obviously, can be subject to change. I'm not sure. Last year we had a woman playing saxophone on while everyone walked into the room. So who knows? Things might change. But that's generally going to be the proceedings for tonight. Normally it is a bit grueling to get through, but I think with us being involved, everyone's going to find it a bit more palatable. Crack open some cans and just enjoy it. Who knows when it might happen again?
Exactly. Who knows when it might happen again? And we've already discussed this on an episode of Canny Chatter a long time ago. And I think, Harry, I think you were at work, but I think everyone else on this call was part of that episode where we kind of went through our perfect group, or the group that we want to see. Now, I've got right next to me this from
Look at that.
1997, and I need a new one. Although it's in pretty good nick, I do need a new one. So I would love to see PSV because they're in pot 3. Failing that for me, I would love to see pot 4. Now, one thing I will say, like I mentioned, there will be people joining throughout this stream, and we have someone coming now, and because a few people are wrestling fans on this channel, I've done something a little bit weird to get people added. So here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's a Royal Rumble.
That was brilliant, that.
And
was
as
loud.
you can see, we are now joined by Ian. Ian, mate, welcome. Well, thank you for wearing a Champions
Hi,
League
mate.
edition Newcastle top as well. And you, Daryl. We're just about to talk about our preferred groups. I've mentioned PSV. We'll not go through the whole group because I think we've done that before. But who would you really like to play? I'll do a round robin here because obviously I don't want everyone speaking at once. So, Joe, mate, you're up first. Who would you like to play? Just one team out of that list of teams that we've got here.
Borussia Dortmund. For
You
sure.
said Dortmund. Nice.
Absolutely. Yellow wall.
Daniel?
Real Madrid.
I think a lot of people would like to play Real Madrid. I think they're the big ones, right? Outside of Man City, I think they're the team to play.
Yeah, they've won it the most. They are the most famous team in world football. That's who you want, 100%. And Joselu up front.
Yeah, I mean, it's written in the stars for him to score a hat-trick, isn't it? Ian, mate, welcome. Who would
Hello.
you like to play in this group stage?
The romantic in is wants us to draw Barcelona, just with the links of Bobby Robson. I think I seen today we could literally get a group full of Bobby Robson's team. So Barcelona would be my shout. Although less glamorous because I don't think it's at the new camp this season. But yeah, they're still an incredible team, and obviously we've got links to them through War Bobby.
Yep, absolutely. Harry, mate, I'll peel your eyes away from your screen just for a second.
I'm stuck on it. I cannot lie with you. It was just unbelievable watching the teams we're going to be playing against. We'll go for AC Milan.
AC Milan. And Daryl, mate, finally for you?
Anywhere with good food.
For me, I agree with Ian. I would love us to play Barcelona. Like you said, it's not the Camp Nou this season. It'll be the Olympic Stadium on the Montjuic. But I would love to have that opportunity. You know, there's a bit of history there with 97, 98 when we played them at St James's Park and beat them 3-2. And you mentioned the Bobby Robson group. I've been thinking about the Bobby Robson group potential all day, and it's something I'm really warm into. And it's actually got to the point where I think that's what I want us to get as a group as well. So that'd be Barcelona, Porto, PSV, and us.
And if we don't get it, we might as well just not even go in the Champions League. It's pointless otherwise.
What is the point?
Pointless
What is the
competition.
point? Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, you know, there's a few teams we can't draw, as Daniel alluded to earlier. Arsenal, Man U, Man City. Daniel, I don't know how it works when it comes to the knockout stages. Is it the fact that we can't face any of them until like the last 4, or could we like draw Man City in the last 16 or 32, whatever it is?
from the quarterfinals, I believe. So when whoever qualifies, basically, it's first versus second, and as far as I'm aware, it gets split up by country, so that you can't play anyone from the same country. I still think for the round of 16, off the top of my head, quarterfinals, it's just anyone's game. Absolutely, anything goes, basically.
So are we of the opinion that we want to avoid a UK team until we get to the final, and then if it happens, it happens?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've had enough
I
of
don't
them.
want
I'm sick of them, to be honest.
to. Yeah.
We're all places we can beat.
Well, we've got Man City in the Carabao Cup, so I mean, we'll beat them there, and then
Yay.
we'll
Easy.
beat Man U.
Did you say we've got Fulham away in the Carabao Cup? Is that what you've just said?
Well, yeah, if it was 1920.
Number 19, if people could spell.
So yeah, so they have acknowledged that from the looks of things, the EFL. They're not doing anything about it.
Of course
But,
they're not.
No, of
Yeah.
course.
That's such a funny cock up, though, isn't it?
it is. It's the sort of thing I think, Daniel, you mentioned obviously that to redo this one. Would something like that, as small as that, be, something that would possibly redo this Champions League
Yeah.
draw?
Yeah,
100%.
like I say, they redid it last time. I cannot remember what it was for. It was something to do with Real Madrid, but I cannot remember exactly why. It was a couple of years ago.
Were they not drawn twice or something?
Um,
I could be
Let me have a
I could be absolute bull, but just off the top of my head, I feel like they were in it twice for some reason.
I think Champions League draw redone. Let's have a look.
Just while he's looking, I'm still waiting for the first shot of Amanda and Co on screen. Like, they haven't come to them yet.
Are they there? Are they definitely there?
Well, I would imagine so. Everybody will be
Surprised
there
they're not.
represented somewhere.
Yeah.
I know Eddie Howe's got all the players into the training
Mm.
to watch it.
That's
The top
Yeah.
top brass should be there, though. I would expect that Darren Eales will be there, and Amanda and or Dad will be there. Jamie probably, but I'm still waiting to see them come on screen.
Yeah, get on Murdad.
It was the round of 16, which I do remember. Because I remember it was Chelsea versus Lille. Actually, got the same fixtures again. But it was because of Atletico Madrid, not Real Madrid. So there's a mistake involving Atletico Madrid and the English sides, Liverpool and Man United, regarding who the teams were eligible to be drawn against. That was in 2021 to 2021-22 season. So that was the issue, basically. It was a technical issue with the computer. So everyone figured it out at the time. They're like, well, this isn't right. And then it was about 2 hours later, they went, we have to redo this again. So, yeah, especially amid cries of corruption and all that sort of stuff. Around that time, there was lots of things going on around FIFA and all that sort of thing. They just thought, we aren't having this, redo it.
When isn't there, though, to be fair? I mean, there's too much money involved as well for there to be massive cock-ups.
Yeah,
League Cup's one thing, but Champions League, yeah.
So I'm just
Apologies.
looking at the hosts, and they're all dressed to the nines. The females got a lovely glittery, feathery dress on. Everyone's suited and booted. Then Eric Abidal's come out in a suit and then some white, like a luminous white trainers, which is
He pulls it off though.
They're very
I know.
bright, though, aren't they? So
they're
bright.
like extremely white. They're like Jurgen Klopp teeth kind of white.
I knew.
So on the YouTube stream,
Maybe they're
they're still
yeah.
showing
As
Joe
well,
Cole's highlights.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, same. I don't spoil anything.
Also,
gonna be a
am I ahead of you then?
You're a little
watching
bit
the
ahead.
TV?
So
Me and you will
Yeah.
be watching together. Ian, I think
I'm
I'm
watching
TV as well.
Yeah.
you,
Oh, this is
you
gonna be
can
fun.
all let me know who I need to put in what group when they get drawn. So are these the two that are going to be doing the draws? Because I've got my sound off, so I don't know what's going on.
I would imagine
God,
there might
those
be
trainers are
another
white.
couple, isn't there?
I'm blind, Dick.
So these are the hosts. They host the show. They sort of help control it a little bit. They obviously do the awards and all that sort of thing. They will introduce fake Claudio Ranieri, I imagine. When you see him, it looks like Claudio Ranieri from Wish.com, who will then explain the draws and all of this sort of stuff. And he'll narrate what's happening. But the people picking from the draws, Joe Cole getting introduced now, and it'll be interesting to see who the other player is. Do we know what the final is? Honestly, I'm
Wembley.
you're aware of it.
Sorry,
Wembley,
sorry
yeah.
to interrupt everybody,
Wembley.
but I have
Also, maybe
again.
Who's it going to be? It's Stone Cold
Ah,
David
So
Henry.
cold.
Give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright,
Well,
how's it going?
Is it okay?
Oh, and Chris.
Very
so
well.
good. It's nice
Oh,
the
Chris as
tag
well.
team have come
Tag
through,
team
Chris
have come
and
out.
Decker at the same
Unbelievable.
time.
The headliners.
I thought
There
Chris
he
was going
is.
to be
There he
the
is.
entertainer
Hello.
there with his black
Hello,
scarf.
you alright?
You're right.
Aye.
Someone's asking in the chat if we're going to have the draw on. I may as well switch this now that everyone's in. So we are going to have. Whoop.
Wait,
Chris really big.
Bang in the middle.
We are going to have the draw up on the screen. I do have a lot of clicking to do to sort this out, so I'm going to rely on other people to maybe run this while it's happening. But just to show you an example, I can put Man City. If I can, if my finger doesn't stick to the trackpad. Hold on. Right
So
there.
calm.
What you been doing to that trackpad, Scott?
It's warm in here. It's very warm. We will be adding the teams to the right groups as it gets drawn. Let me just put that back.
Oh, he really
so
is.
it
Kind of
will-
like
the
Harry, isn't
best
he?
year
Isn't
of
he?
Gallagher shots.
Just thinking that.
have you got? I'm a little bit behind, I think. Oh, here he is.
Hey, do you know what I've just realised? I didn't go on. 2 seconds.
Class watch along.
I ended up holding onto the ropes, got thrown out the
Oh,
ring. and held
that's
onto the
fake,
ropes.
Claudio.
He is a proper
Just
fake Claudio Ranieri, isn't he?
Colin, is that not Claudio
Yeah.
Ranieri?
No, it's not.
Is that not him? Sorry, I just looked down.
No.
He looks like if we go in like Madame Tussauds, that's what you would get for Claudio Ranieri.
He absolutely is, isn't he? Wow. Is he at least called Claudio?
Claudio.
It's called Giorgio Martin.
Giorgio, yeah, he was called.
Raudio Clanley.
Rowdy.
Ranieri.
His catchphrase is Billy Bing, Billy Bong.
see what you did there, Ian.
Have we seen any?
That's why I
reps
was
from
so
Newcastle
quiet. Nah.
Ashworth was
Someone
spotted in the
chat
background.
saw Ashworth
yet?
Did you?
in the background. I think
I
it
haven't seen him yet.
was Geordie USA. Yeah, Geordie USA said Dan Ashworth was in the background.
I'm trying to spot him like, where's Wally?
There's a lot of good teams, you know. I think this.
When you
I
get
think this
drawn
time.
against
Exactly, but then at the same time, I'm kind of the thought process of I just want big teams. It's kind of like a novelty thing this season, I think. And then once we progress and get a bit stronger, then that's when I'll be looking for like whoever FK Kravenga Zvendera is.
Red Star Belgrade.
That's who they are. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think
For me, I
when
think
you look at it,
I want
Um,
some big teams, but I want some easier teams because you want.
A win.
It's a bit like, do you want to win the League Cup or qualify for the Champions League debate again? You don't buy some of the players were bought by winning the League Cup. If you get through the round of 16, you double your money. And we've seen how important money is for FFP for buying players. It's really important in my opinion, that we just finish second. If we get knocked out the round of 16, it is what it is.
yeah,
But we've got a chance of finishing second if the group's right.
yeah, absolutely.
Right. The
For me,
32
And I
the
definitely think we're going to
now.
afford to have one big team. Because we'll beat everyone else.
Pot two almost looks as strong as pot one as well. When you look at the teams,
Yeah.
you could easily switch them around and they'd be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like surrealist, doesn't it? As if like we're actually
Yeah.
doing this.
It's so
What's
wrong.
going on, man?
I'm a little bit starstruck of just watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
Champions League with Newcastle involved.
This may be one of the quietest live streams we've ever
Yeah,
done.
I'm
People are
stuck.
just
I'm watching,
I know.
I'm watching,
Good
white
to
dots,
Next Ryan.
watching white dots getting thrown about, and I'm just staring.
This
Try not
feels
to be
like
on
you
my,
forgot
sound
career mode.
Yeah,
It does, doesn't it? Or it's like a Championship Manager ultra save.
Aye.
Decker,
everybody
Chris,
watching
we
it?
asked,
What? Sorry, mate. What?
we asked the others one team that they want to play in the group stage. So, Decker, I'll come to you first, mate. Who do you want to play in this group?
I'd like Real Madrid, like.
Yeah,
If-
that's my
if-
boy,
if
Decker.
possible.
Yeah.
It was
But
a
I'm also,
big pick. That.
I have a feeling we're going to get Barcelona. Like, I just have this feeling, feeling. But I would love Real Madrid. Like, I mean, mind you, I'm not going to complain about either one. Like, I heard you chatting there before. Like, I'm very much give us all the best. Like, give us them all, and let's just enjoy the moment. Like,
Yeah.
the group of death put us in it.
I mean, I'm not trying to be
Chris,
pessimistic
who
here,
do
but
you
if
wanna
we
play?
get dropped into, go on, Chris. I'll let you say it first.
I'm with Decker, you know, but on the other hand, I think Barca all day long. There's so
Barca
many
will be
things
lush, man.
you can look back at. Obviously, when Newcastle beat Barca, and that's a match made in heaven. That, man, give us Barca first team out.
Who do you not want?
Napoli.
Napoli,
Yeah.
aye.
Simply because
Aye.
their fans
Yeah.
will
100%
come and
for one
like
Napoli.
I think our lot would get ahead of themselves, and then it would probably just
Yeah,
get
it'd be-
tanked by a few ultras.
Aye.
Adam P just put in the front row.
Trying to
With
interview
more
them.
flags.
There's like to be
Ready?
fair, there's nobody that jumps out where like I wouldn't want them because however it's Champions League, man. You're gonna
Yeah,
get
it
some
doesn't matter.
top teams in there. So like I said, just bring them all on, man. Like sod that. I think it's more of if you're gonna be clever about it, you don't want any ties where you're traveling all day
Aye.
like twice and
Yeah,
stuff like
that's
that.
it. Aye.
That's the ones that you want to dodge. So
Galatasaray.
keep them like
Galatasaray,
Galatasaray,
like-
Red Star.
nah.
Well,
You
they're in
just
pot
want
four,
to
aren't they? So we're lucky.
we just
Yeah,
want
Red
to
Star-
quick
Galatasaray
jump
and
across the ocean, man.
Red Star's not far. It's like 2 hours.
Is it?
Serbia.
I would.
I would get a
I'd be
train pretty
Joe
much anywhere
Cole. What are you
where I
doing
am,
there? What's
so-
he doing there?
Joe Cole. I've had this.
Come on,
He had a
yeah.
highlight reel.
Oscar
He had a
Bob!
highlight reel.
Why is Oscar Bob there?
It's Oscar Bob there.
Hope he has the first ball.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going
we'll go.
ballsy.
Oh, you must be
Oh.
miles ahead of me.
Wow, way behind.
Yeah, you are miles
Oh,
ahead
you're
of
a bit
me.
ahead of me.
It is Bayern Munich.
Oof.
First name out.
Pot one, yeah.
Good sausage.
Yeah.
Group A.
Yeah,
They're
so
in
they
Group
go
A.
in Group A.
Oh,
Group
I've
A,
still
yeah.
got all the adverts for all the teams.
Yeah,
Two
so I
of
think because
Yeah,
we're
me
streaming,
too.
we're going to be.
Ian, I'm going to
behind.
rely on you, mate, for this. So I'm going to need.
Oh,
group and
am I
team.
Joe Cole, am I?
Aye.
You can be Joe Cole. Yeah.
Here he
Oh,
goes
yeah,
with
we're
ball
Do your
two.
best impression. Have you got the accent?
I don't know what his accent is.
Cockney.
I could try fake Claudio
Seville.
Seville is the next
Seville.
one.
Group B, I think. Yeah. Seville into Group B.
Yeah.
I'd be good, you know, if we get like, I'm trying to think of just three random names like Feyenoord, Leipzig,
Red
I don't know,
Star.
and some of that one.
Well,
Honestly, I'd
you
be
wouldn't, man.
devastated.
You wouldn't be devastated win the
I-
Champions League,
mate.
man. You wouldn't be devastated.
I'd love
Mate,
Feyenoord,
do we
by
have
the way.
to-
Can I just say, I'd
Absolutely
love a Dutch team.
Do we have
Third
to
one
get
out.
thrown out
Napoli.
in the knockouts?
Napoli.
Napoli.
For
We
Group
go
C.
to Europa.
Napoli's got to win
Oh,
Group
if you
C.
watch it,
Yeah.
if you watch it on the UEFA website, it's far. There's far less delay than on the YouTube channel. By the way, it's pretty much
I
live.
will have a look at that.
Right. Group
I'm
D.
well behind.
He's got the ball now. Let's see what's going to happen here.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's like commentary.
Benfica.
It is.
Oh, Daryl's overtook me role as Joe Cole.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be
all
fake Ranieri now.
I do
They're
have a
not happy,
question.
don't
When we get, I say when we get thrown out because we will. When we get thrown out, where do you have to be to get into the Europa League?
Third, I think, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Third in the group stage.
Feyenoord for Group E.
Third.
Feyenoord.
Wait, we're going to win Europa League then, lads.
Would you take that though? Like have the
100%.
group stage and then
Absolutely.
have a decent run in Europa.
I want to get to the knockout stage as me. Like,
I would not take it.
I feel
Yeah.
knockout stage.
As long as
mate.
we're not lost. As long as we're not lost in the group.
PSG is the
PSG.
next one out.
Whoa,
Imagine
we're
getting
gonna be seeing
Mbappe,
some
man. It's in
talent.
James's.
I know, that's what I've just thought. Literally what I've just thought.
We're going to
No,
have
it
them
is
there
Germany.
anyway in a
Never
couple of
done
years. I wouldn't worry.
yeah.
Joe Cole's just picked the ball up from Ballack on my stream. Like,
Chris, are you watching
Man
on
City.
YouTube?
Man City going to Group G.
Man City. Yeah.
Daryl's shit hot, isn't he? He hasn't even
He is, isn't he?
he hasn't even drawn the ball out, and he's
I'm right where
That's
Darryl
all
is.
in
but
the-
Darryl is
I'm
drawing the
calling-
balls.
I'm calling
I can
fix,
half
yeah,
read
like
it
if
now.
Darryl knows
Daryl's
that.
like that. You know that dickhead at school you've got. where, like, every time a child's got a question, they're like, me.
So does that must be
Barcelona.
Barcelona's
Ooh.
age,
Yeah.
then yeah, we can all
Here we go.
Yeah.
Get me in Group H. Get me in Group H, please.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Get it done.
That'll do me.
right.
If you go in Group H, that means you don't get Real Madrid.
Oh shit, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I kind of have both, kind of.
We're going straight to pot two. We're going through the teams, aren't we?
Top two.
I'll tell you what, there's going to be some proper old footage of us for pot four.
I hope that yeah. Do they use Champions League footage? Is that all?
Yeah.
Well, it must be all they've got the rights to.
They are like, aye.
God.
Europa
Have you
League actually
seen
them used there for Man United.
Shearer scoring at the San Siro and all that. It's going to be mint.
Andy Griffin.
And yeah,
Yeah,
pot two's
Pablo.
something else. Pot two's a lovely pot, like.
It's a strong pot.
I
Like,
really
it is.
want
It's a strong
Dortmund.
pod.
I really want Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund. Yeah.
I think when they do the awards, it must be for the round of 16. They always blur into one for me.
I
So-
kept hoping personally. Right, I know I've said Real Madrid, right, but I was thinking Barca, Dortmund, and Milan. That was the three that just. I even said that to someone today. And that would be immense. wouldn't it?
That was literally my dream draw. That's what I said on the
Yeah.
Canny chat.
It's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
Bayern, Real Madrid, Milan.
Oh, ouch. That wouldn't be healthy, would it?
I'd love a Munich away day.
oh god.
Especially if it's in like,
Like,
You're right, that's
everyone
okay.
will pop-
Everyone's in
Look
October.
nervous. Look a bit
You what?
tense.
Sorry.
I said you look a bit
Especially if it
tense
was in
there, mate.
October.
Yeah, I am a bit now.
Munich.
Getting a
Oh
bit
God,
nervous
I
now, like.
fuck no. Oktoberfest.
Oh, he's jiggling his balls about.
Go
Oi,
on. Go on,
How is
Cloudy.
it, Joe? Here we go.
Keep an eye on his eyebrow when he looks down the camera. It just really
His eye. What's he doing, like?
The
He
Rock.
gives it a little like.
Ooh.
As if to go, oh, suspense.
Dortmund.
Dortmund, the first team
Dortmund
out.
for Group A. They can't go in Group A though,
So
can
they
they?
can't go in
So
Group
they're
A.
now going to swing the balls around and pull out what group they're in.
Yeah.
So
They can be
Fabio was
between-
explaining.
Yeah.
So they can only go in groups D to H, apparently.
Yeah.
E to H.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they go in
I'm
separate.
telling you, it's going to be H. Barca,
Because
Dortmund.
it's the
Oh yeah,
separate
H.
one,
Come on.
Here
We're
we
not
go.
even H yet.
Abidal's finally turned up.
He's like, I can do that, mate. I don't need you
He's
to
got a
do that.
lovely tie.
Barcelona
Barcelona
colours.
colours. Yeah, isn't it?
95, 96 away.
F.
F.
Oh.
Who's in Group F?
Paris
Ooh,
Saint-Germain.
PSG.
PSG and Dortmund together.
Ooh, that'll be. That's already looking like a
Tasty,
Wearing the
isn't it?
deck, aren't we?
tasty little number that is Group F.
Right,
Who's there
next
for
team
us?
out.
Is Darren Neal's there in that, are they? Or who's there for us?
I assume so,
Ashworth.
yeah.
I think Ashworth was there, isn't he?
Mandy not there, no?
Shaq is, I've heard.
Arsenal.
Oh, no, he's there for Arsenal, sorry.
So do they go in
George.
A like? Do they?
They'll
Or does it get
go.
selected?
Everyone except F and G.
Well, they can't play in all of them, Darryl.
No,
No,
they can be
they've-
thrown into one of those. They're selecting
So
the
what-
balls now.
What's happening is when they pull the club out, it's flashing what groups they can go in. So they'll pull the balls
okay.
of what corresponding groups they can go in, and then they draw them.
Abidal can go and crush their dreams.
Abidal's
Yeah,
got
that
some
tie. I'm not a
intense
fan
eye
of the tie,
contact.
like.
Oh, I love it.
Shall I tell you what I don't like about it? It's square at the bottom.
I
The
don't
device
like
of-
the.
True.
Oh,
B.
this has been cut by a
Thing
pair of
that-
scissors.
Group
Aye,
B.
so
B.
it looks like a sock rather than a tie.
Arsenal and Seville in Group B.
B. Oh, sorry. no.
B for Bravo.
Git.
B for Bravo.
Might be a sock. He might put it round his thingy afterwards.
Brilliant.
Next team out
Champion.
is Atletico Madrid.
Ooh.
God, he is a proper nerd, like, isn't he? I know.
Is
Aye.
Atletico? Is Atletico?
And they can go in these groups. They can't go in these ones.
They can only go in two. Wow, that's narrowed it down for them straight away.
E and
F
F.
and E and F, E and G.
Yeah, here's with these two balls.
All right.
I'm going to line up E ready just to make sure.
I think Joe Cole's got a better strategy opening the balls. Like, than he has.
Aye.
Aye. No.
It is Group E.
Twist.
Scott, it's a fix.
Is it Group A?
Fine order.
It's
We're
Group A.
going in that group. That's our Group E. Calling it now.
I'd love that, me.
I wouldn't
That'd be
say
great.
no to that. Like,
Going to Madrid.
I really wanted,
What
I
a
really
Feyenoord.
did fancy
Lovely.
like getting that Atletico. Even
Down
over
the road
Real.
from you, Scott, innit?
Man
Okay,
United.
Yeah,
are
I'll
next.
just get the bike.
Must be
Well, he
dead
does give it-
stressful, like getting.
He
this
does
right.
give it a bit of the blue steel, doesn't he, Joe Cole? You know, when he holds it up.
Little
I noticed
bit of
that.
jaw as well.
Yeah, he gives it a bit of the blue steel, like.
Mm.
Right, I'm going to get into that Guinness anyway. See you in a bit.
Right, let's see what Eric has to say about Man United. Put them in a terrible group, please.
Come on.
Put them in Real Madrid.
I reckon it'll be Bayern Munich, Man U, and Harry Kane.
That'd be
will
funny if it was.
destroy them.
Napoli. Come on, Napoli.
It is Group
Yeah.
A. Wow.
Is it? Hang on, that's
Yeah.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Scott's got the text,
Wow.
hasn't he?
Wait, I.
Wow.
I've bunged
Carol,
the,
mate, who's your source?
Bayern
TV, mate.
Munich are going to absolutely ruin them clowns.
They are.
You don't get this on UEFA TV.
So that's us
Get 'em,
dodging
Chelt.
Group A,
Leipzig.
and G, and what was
F.
the other one? B. A, B, and G.
All
Yeah.
of them, actually. We're just, well, as it stands, I want Group D.
So they can go in Group C or D
Or G or H.
or G or H. Yeah, I didn't see the blue flashing.
Well, this has turned into a great draw so far. Here we go. Come on, Eric. He is taking his time, like, isn't he? G. Group G for for Leipzig
Gee.
City and Leipzig again.
again.
That's a
Yeah,
third
that last
year
season, wasn't it?
out of 4, if not the third year in a row they've played each other in the group
That
stage.
sounds about right. Yeah, they've met a lot, haven't they?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't want them anyway, so thank they're gone.
Next one.
While we're waiting, there's 200 people currently watching. If you want to scroll down and like the video, that would be amazing.
Inter Milan next. Sorry to interrupt.
He did the blue steel again, Joe Cole. You see?
There he goes. straight
It's
into
brilliant.
Group D.
He like looks up and he just
Yeah,
gives it that bit of
that's
squint,
right.
you know?
Aye, so they're straight in Group D. Happy days.
Is it D?
Yeah. Because Napoli are the only Napoli and
Oh yeah, Napoli are Italian as well. Why can't they
Yeah,
go in?
Real
H?
Madrid.
Oh,
Real
they
Madrid
can't go in
into
there.
Group C.
Porto next.
Or if they go
Right,
into Group
Porto.
H,
Or in Group
Oh,
H,
wow.
and Real Madrid are
happening?
Group C.
oh, they can only go into Group H.
It's
Yeah,
going to
of course.
happen in it.
But Real
We're getting the
Madrid
Bobby-
can't go into Barcelona's
Groups.
group.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
We're getting the Bobby Robson group, aren't we?
Could you imagine?
That would
Mind you.
be, honestly, if we end up in Group H, yeah, like, that's
unreal.
that's scripted,
we-
that, like.
If we get PSV in there as well, I mean, my god.
Aye, it's possible, aye. Yeah.
Real Madrid
Real
win
Madrid.
at Group C.
Mind you, Group C would be tasty, wouldn't it?
I don't want Napoli coming here like Ian said it
Group
before.
C.
Or Joe said it before even.
Anyone seen Equalizer? The new Equalizer film quickly. no, honestly, I went to see it last night, and he lives in Naples, and he basically just does all the gangsters in. It's brilliant.
Oh, does he?
Aye, aye.
Wow.
It's not a great stadium in Naples, like proper derelict in it.
Falling a bit,
Imagine if Joe Cole had just done that. So you haven't seen the new Equalizer movie?
I honestly, he lives in Naples, and there's like.
Oh,
gangsters
bloody hell, I
going on.
forgot about Shakhtar Donetsk.
Oh, didn't you?
Someone was saying that they're playing the home games in Germany though, so it's not that
Is
much
it
of
not
a
I'm on a
Poland that
nightmare.
play?
Yeah, last season they played them in Poland. Like
Yeah.
I say, I think someone said Hamburg this year.
Oh, they?
AC.
Oh, that's not too bad. then.
AC Milan,
Braga.
Braga. Is that
Mind you,
is
Group
that
F is
them with
tasty, innit?
the stadium
F is
in like the quarry? Is that Braga or is that someone else?
Didn't we play them in pre-season a couple of years ago? Under Rafa,
Oh, Lazio.
if I'm not mistaken.
Then when we teamed back in 2000, like
The Red Star Belgrade as well. Oh, they're playing red and white stripes. Kind of. Oh,
Oh, what a goal that
So
is.
did
So,
PSV.
so the PSV.
That's true.
Anyone see Rangers? Did you see the Rangers game? That
Uh,
one?
Yes. Did you see your goal?
Own goal.
He definitely
it-
had a few quid on there. Like,
Luke D.
You definitely don't get that on. Well, you might get that on UEFA TV actually.
actually, you probably do.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Oh man.
Copenhagen are a canny side in Europe, though, aren't they?
No.
Like they, I don't know. So,
No. Last
I thought-
time they were in, they did Pony. I think it was last season. They weren't great. They were in Dortmund's group with Sevilla, Dortmund. And...
why have I got it in my head that like they've got some ridiculous unbeaten streak at home or something?
You're not thinking of Genk or Ghent?
Or they might
Or
not. They
Shak-
might not necessarily won a lot of them.
Shakhtar, the first team out in this stage.
Saying that, we've got a. I'm sure we're unbeaten in like 13 games at home in Europe. I know, obviously, it goes back a good 25 years, but like still.
Unlucky number 13.
Doesn't matter.
right, we need these in another English
Is that a
group,
cup
like
count?
B or G. Oh yeah,
Put them in A. Put them in A.
yeah. We'll do it.
Who's
We
this
don't
next
want
game
them.
out?
Shakhtar
Donetsk.
Donetsk.
Shakhtar.
Yeah, underrated
That
team.
is- We're in the Champions League, man. Stop winning.
No, I'm not here for like Europa style competition. I want.
I do agree. I want one of the big boys at home, like definitely.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I mean, we're gonna get a big lad anyway.
Yeah, we'll go Group H.
H.
They've gone in that group.
Oh.
I had to
Ruined.
spoil it, didn't they?
Spoil
Do it
my
again.
dreams, man.
Do it again.
Yeah, redraw.
You think
Something went wrong.
Untold
the group-
stories of
they would have
traveling
just
to
had,
Ukraine.
like-
Something will come out.
You think for the groups they would have just had enough pots with the the 8 balls in for them to just go down, so that guy had to keep, putting new
Bring
balls
them
in
up.
every single time.
Red Star
Red
Belgrade
Star.
are out next.
That's to the drama, though, doesn't it?
Well, of course it does.
Why is Joe Cole pissing himself?
He must have
What?
said that
Because he
name extremely
couldn't-
I
wrong.
think he's trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to say that name.
Shall I get an action replay? Let's see what he says.
We need Mark to try and say that name, which he was on.
Yeah, he literally doesn't say the club name that's on the sheet. He just says Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah,
He doesn't even attempt it.
He thought about it, though. He thought about
And I
it.
think it would just have like dummy things on the back of it to like how to pronounce it.
I like phonetically.
Yeah.
And you
that
think it would have
makes sense.
practiced as well, like.
Of course, he should have.
It's not much practice I have to put in to pronounce that name. Like
Group G.
Gee, lovely.
City, Leipzig, and Red Star Belgrade.
Man City are winning.
Would you take? Would you take? Oh, we can't go in Group H.
No,
Can we?
can't because it's
No.
Come on.
That's a shame.
City's pissing through that group, aren't they?
Man,
Yeah.
they'll get Celtic or someone as well.
I still fancy having a go in Group H, like even
I
if
think that's
Shakhtar
where we're
in
going to end up. Like,
PSV.
PSV. Here we go.
Yeah,
Group
we
C. And then we'll get C, and then I'll just get my pants off.
And you can find that contract on the Gallagher Shots OnlyFans.
I'm pretty sure you said that you didn't want
Remember,
PSV.
give
a
up
second
$2.99.
ago.
No. I'll deal with PSV because it's Bobby related.
Oh,
I'll
that's
take
fine. I
that.
know you
Luke
didn't
de
want
Jong.
it.
Yeah,
Luke
I
de Jong
think-
came
yeah.
to them as well.
Oh God,
I'll take
Marshmallow
them.
boots.
This will hopefully win one game.
Group B.
B.
Arsenal, so we
Tell you
can't
what,
get
that's-
them.
Aye, there you go. Aye. I was looking at Group B.
Well, I kind of
Do you
get
know what it is?
the.
That Group C is still lurking, like, which I'm not a fan of.
I mean, they're all still looking for us because we're in pot 4.
But look at C, man. Look at that. Nah.
And
Give us C. Give us C.
I'd take E or D at the minute.
AC
like,
Milan out next.
that sounded bad, didn't it?
Oh, I kind of go in C, can
They can
I?
only
Get it
go
in F, then I'll take
or
F.
F.
Get it in F.
E or F.
Can you imagine, like PSG Dortmund in Milan?
It can go in a few, that one, to be fair.
No, can only go in 2. E or F.
F.
Come on.
Come
I
on,
don't
baby.
understand
Come on,
this,
baby.
like.
I tell you
It's
what, we've got
gotta be-
either,
Yeah,
that would be a kind of
Milan
good
are going in
Group
E.
B.
Come on, F.
at the minute, I want to be an F. Like
You kind of get the.
Oh,
Come on, baby.
How it's F.
F.
Oh, what a group, man.
someone
what
needs to
a
clip
group.
that when we
We're
ever get
going
something
in that,
like
aren't
an
we? That's
awful
outrageous.
group.
That is the
That's
one that
like-
will go in. Like.
Yeah.
Out of all the complete groups that we can get into a 4, well, there's only 2 in there. I
Imagine
like
that
both of them.
drawing Man City in the Carabao Cup and then going into that group the next day.
Wait, that will
Salzburg
be
next.
absolute.
We've got the squad depth
Oh,
now.
mate, we didn't need any of this in my life, man.
Oh, I'm getting nervous now.
They can only go in A, C, or D.
Who is it? Sorry, I missed that.
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Salzburg. Sorry.
Salzburg, I reckon going to A.
You're obviously not paying attention to head of the class there, Scott.
All right, Ian.
Daryl loves it.
D.
D. He's in Group D. I was first. I won that one.
I have to get a live action replay on that.
VAR.
I'd take
Oh,
that
there's
group
Dan
nine.
Ashworth there. Dan Ashworth is behind the Salzburg lot.
Oh, he is. That would be
I suppose Inter's in there, like. Inter's in there, I guess.
I hope I haven't just sent Dan Ashworth, by the way. Lazio.
Lazio.
sorting out Botman's injury.
Love that.
They'll go in Group A, won't they?
E.
E. Oh, yeah, because they've got
A or E.
Italians up
Oh,
there.
shit. That'd be an interesting group to get drawn into.
D or E's the group I want to go in, like. Actually, no, do I want Real Madrid or not? I want Real Madrid, but I don't want Napoli.
Tough.
I wasn't nervous before, but now.
Copenhagen.
Putting the deodorant on and getting a bit sweaty here, like.
Aye.
I know.
Getting sweaty for Group F.
Mind you, it's warm in that studio.
It is, isn't it?
Mine,
Sweat me
mate,
tits
Lazio
off
go,
the
sorry?
other night. Lazio,
Copenhagen.
Lazio went
Copenhagen,
in
aye.
E, I think, didn't it?
Yeah, Lazio went into E, and Copenhagen are about to go into Group A.
I knew it. I told you, Man United. I knew it.
Bayern Munich are walking all over that group.
Yeah.
Harry Kane will score about 50 in the group stages.
So will Leroy
Tell them they get to
Sané.
98.
Braga for C, then, right?
Braga for C, yeah.
Yes. Now it's pot 4.
Here we go.
Now it's us.
It's
Yeah,
time.
What
I am
number are we?
absolutely cacking my pants.
Are we 19 or 20?
90.
Right, how are Daryl? Silence in the room. How are Daryl? Is it us?
I know.
Shall we just let you catch up and not say? Oh no,
No.
because for the purposes of the stream, we need
Yeah.
to do
Yeah, we need to know.
They'll show you highlights first, I think, isn't it? Like a clips of
Yeah,
team
this is where we get
Yeah,
to
they
see
should
what
do.
footage they're going to use for us.
Aye.
Bellamy.
It is
Joe
getting real.
Linton pushing over other teams' players.
Bellamy getting sent
It could
off.
just be clips of Newcastle players playing for other teams in the Champions League
It could be
Like,
like
you'd hope not.
It won't
You'd
be.
hope not.
with
It'd be a
dodgy
clip of that
Photoshop
guy that
shirts
got
on.
his dick out away at Oxford.
No, did you see the one that was in the Dutch league the other day?
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
with
know,
the fans, yeah. I
The
saw
fan
that,
where
yeah.
he was
He
literally
had his
like-
arse out, didn't he?
Oh,
And
yeah, I
then
did see
literally
that.
tossing himself off.
Why is that goal made it in? It's a deflected free kick and it's made it into the highlights.
get him
package for
told,
Galatasaray.
Go
Probably
on.
What's
only
going on
goal
there?
out the score.
Get him tell Daryl.
Here we go.
Oh, lads.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
got Premier
Oh,
League
it's
footage.
Premier League.
Oh,
Literally, it was
Literally
Isak's
one
goal
goal.
against Villa.
That it. That's
Oh, where we're
disappointing.
going?
I want a Tino's
Well, that's what
hat-trick.
anyone else is getting, Daryl. I mean, how?
Disappointed that.
F for me. All day long.
Well, that's a lovely kit by Antwerp.
And do you know what it is? Because I love Lazio, I would take E. But that's the one. Oh, well, I would take H as well because of the Barca.
Shouldn't take E. Funny thing.
Look at that, man. Look at that.
Oh, look, it's there.
Yeah, man.
Was it pulled out first? Do we end the stream early? What happened?
Depends what deck it does. If he gets in his group, he might have to end the stream early.
Make it pulled
Do
down.
we just end the stream when we get pulled out?
Oh, yeah, then Joe.
Oh my
Do a
god.
job,
Let's
yeah.
do it. Come on.
Oh, yeah, blue
Joe.
steel.
This is tense, this.
I mean, heart rate's going absolutely.
It's not us.
Lens,
We're
I
not
think. On to
Real
no Sociedad.
Right, that's shit bad.
They foot the
They're
ball.
only going for.
They can go in A, D, F, or G.
A.
No, Not F.
They're in A.
The Renee, did you say?
No, I'd say that's where I want them to go.
Daryl, you're the main man. Stop killing
ahead,
us for
Daryl, man.
opinions, man.
Okay, I'll just be the robot. When Abidal eventually decides to open the ball,
He takes his time, like, bless him.
dramatic effect.
He thinks to himself, righty tighty, lefty
D,
loosey.
Group D.
Who's that? Ah,
That's fine, mate.
That's
Happy days, lad.
D's a weak group, like.
Second one.
That's a very even group, Group D.
aye, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
It's a really good group.
It's us!
Us!
We're out!
Where we're going
We,
on?
we can only go in Group E, F, or H.
Come on.
A,
H.
E,
or A.
F, or H.
Wow,
It's
It's
no.
going to be
Shut
F,
up,
isn't
man.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, fair
for
enough,
H,
yeah.
aye.
It's gonna be F.
It's F.
It's gonna be F,
telling
innit?
man. I'm
Come on.
telling you.
Oh, Eric, man, who are you?
It's going to be F for Tonali back at AC Milan, isn't it?
Be beautiful.
And Mbappe absolutely
Oh my God.
burning Dan Burn.
Plays on either side, it's all right.
F.
F.
It is
Oh
F.
my
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
The group of death.
Look at that guy. Look at it.
Wow. Oh my God.
Jesus
Get
Christ.
in there, man.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Champions League, fellas.
Unbelievable.
Do you know
wow.
what it is, right? I know I complained quite a bit about them taking loads of direct
my
debits
God.
out, but I'm not bothered now because that's a mint group to be in.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Well,
But Galatasaray
Well,
are next,
Reserve
Scott.
sides.
we might be bottom of it like blue cares, eh?
Like Paris
Oh
Saint-Germain
my
B
God.
team.
Wow.
Wow.
Jesus.
Well, I got me.
You got
I got
Dortmund.
2/3 of my wish.
And
Did-
you've got
Dortmund and
Milan.
AC.
Because you're in Milan, aren't you?
I'm in Milan first game week. Yeah.
So Dan, do they draw that like who'll play who, or is that like automatically done?
Do that over the next few days, where they've got to figure out like Tuesday, Wednesday fixtures, figure out who you'll play when. So that'll be
Galatasaray go into Group A.
be over the next couple of days, I think.
I can't
Still no
believe-
Mackham's in Milan, lads.
You fans going to Turkey's not a good one, like, is it?
No.
Well, looks like we're not going to Madrid just yet.
No.
I will
to
do
do
it
it in the
in
knockout
the
stages.
16.
Exactly.
Oh, Matty, man, piss off. You're not even in the stream and you're being miserable.
Oh, what's he saying? Oh, God's sake, man.
Honestly, that kid.
Cheers, Matty. Oh, man.
What do you think's
Who's
not
he
getting
drawn out
through the
there?
Carabao Cup final either?
I didn't see who he drew out.
It's all right. I'm on delay. I can see it here.
I am absolutely buzzing, you know. Honestly.
To be fair, you know what it is?
I'll be
As a
honest.
neutral,
Everyone's
that
going
is
to
a
see.
mint group, that, like.
I'll be
Aye.
honest. Yeah.
Is that Group
We're
C,
gonna
Daryl?
Berlin. Union Berlin into Group C.
Do you know what it is? Like, where the underdogs are there, I love being the underdog. Like, sod it. Let's just go. Let's shock
Yeah.
them.
I think
Oh, it's gonna be
we'd be a
unbelievable.
bit gutted if we got put into one of the weaker groups and we didn't even make it out of that. At
Yeah.
least this one we're guaranteed to have.
We've got an excuse.
Young boys
What
next, Scott.
excuse if we're shite.
Oh, man.
Imagine if
Unbelievable.
Messi hadn't went to Milan
Oh, I know.
Oh,
and he would have
God.
been at St James's.
So we're going to Miami, yeah.
If he just stayed at
Aye,
PSG.
Miami, not Milan.
If he just stayed at
hoping that
PSG,
we
could have just.
get,
Oh.
that we get Dortmund as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because they're like sixth in the league at the minute. They've not had a good start. I mean, they've only played 2 games, but
Yeah, they're all
Young boys into G
they've
Scott.
played terrible teams and not played well.
PSG, Dortmund.
That's-
Man City are pissing that league.
Aye.
They're absolutely doing that group, aren't they, Man City?
I cannot believe,
Man
right?
City
We've,
clearly
we've
shit.
actually gone from getting Man City in the cup last night to that. Honestly,
Unreal,
man.
Lons next. And they go straight to Group B. Oh, man.
2 teams left. Whereas
I
Celtic,
think they pretty much do they not automatically draw
Group
themselves
H,
these last two.
Celtic. Oh well,
I suppose.
Lewandowski's going to my team anyway. That if Celtic get in that group,
Celtic are out now.
I can't believe this.
Look at Decker, man.
Honestly, I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
looking at that group and thinking, how have we ended up here?
For me, like
2 years ago, we couldn't buy a win, and now
Yeah, exactly,
we're
aye.
in the Champions League with PSG, Dortmund, and AC Milan. Life
yellow
hit
wall, man.
you.
Imagine the yellow wall, man. Eh?
Celtic have gone into Group E.
so is that Antwerp in Group H then?
Yeah,
Must be, yeah.
Oh,
be the whipping boys of that league then.
pissing
Wonder what the
that
players think now. Wonder what Eddie House think. I bet he's looking at Tyndall going, fucking hell. Jesus.
he probably is.
There you go.
Guzman
Royal Antwerp.
Dembele versus
go.
Dan Burn.
Right, Antwerp get Rob Lee back.
Right, Dan, I'm gonna ask you a question here because I'm guessing you already know the answer off the top of your head, right? Tell me the positions that these teams finished in their league last year.
Oh, knee highs, yeah, for some of them. Obviously,
No, I mean just for our group. Just for our group.
Oh, for our group, Dortmund finished second. They bottled the league on the last
day,
minute
wasn't
of
it?
the last
That's right.
game. However, they've lost Jude Bellingham. They've lost Rafael Guerrero. Their best player at the minute is Daniel Marlin, who's quick, but he's a bit hit and miss. Paris Saint-Germain won the league, obviously lost Messi. The midfield needs a bit of work for them, and the defence is just getting older and older. AC Milan finished fourth. I think they only finished fourth because Juventus got a 10-point deduction in the end. They would have finished fifth. They had a bit of a bad season after they won the Scudetto the season before and trying to balance. But they had like 14 players injured at one point, including the keeper, the captain, a lot of them.
Look at that. It's there.
But they're top of the league this year, AC Milan. They're playing well again. They've signed loads of players. But you've got to... I'm not being funny. You've got to fancy when they've got Christian Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that in their starting 11. So I think we're going to win some points. We could be on the end of hammerings. I think there's going to be big scores in that group because none of these teams like to defend, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Including us.
And we
Can't
have
wait.
Dan Burn up against Mbappe.
Mbappe.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's right.
Imagine that though, like saying that. Oh yeah, Dan, you're going to be playing Mbappe next season, Dan Burn. I read no bother.
At least Mbappe plays on the other side, or sometimes he plays up front for them, and then they'll play someone else on the left that can. Because that's the thing, they've lost Neymar. Historically, it was Mbappe through the middle, Neymar on the left, Messi on the right. So Mbappe has been out of thought with the owners. So I don't know whether Mbappe
Just get a with him there. Dan Burn, you're playing with Mbappe.
I hope the club have got like some content going out where they've got all the lads together. I watch the draw like.
God will do. So
They're getting better with that and stuff.
So I just want to say thanks again to Josh Stockton for a £5 super chat. He says,
Thanks, Josh.
get in.
Cheers, Josh.
It was the first
Cheers,
team
Josh.
I wanted us to play. Absolutely buzzing with that. No point in being involved. We're not playing the best. How are the lads? I agree with it.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to be great, man.
What just happened to my
So,
screen
right.
there when I put my thumbs up, by the way?
Yeah, no, you had like a
Screen,
weird
again?
background.
I went
Do that
like that
again?
and then,
It didn't work this time.
I don't know.
So fixtures-wise, we'll find out in the next few days when they actually take place, which order it is. Is that right?
I'd
Yeah, I
imagine.
think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah, they'll start figuring everything out for you Tuesday because it's not just Tuesday, Wednesday fixtures. Two fixtures every Tuesday and every Wednesday will be at 6 p.m. opposed to 8 p.m. So you're probably going to be looking at your Belgrades, it depends on where Shakhtar are going to play. Historically, they've been the early ones in Ukraine. Copenhagen will likely be some early ones being in Scandinavia that in like November, that'll be freezing cold. Maybe Galatasaray would have been a couple of hours ahead. So they've got to figure out which ones are going to be 6 p.m. kickoffs in all sorts. So it usually takes them a couple of days to push that out.
Praying for AC Milan first game week.
Yeah.
Wake up tomorrow and just be like, what's just happened yesterday? Ridiculous.
It's
See,
you know what
I'm-
it is, right?
Sunday
Like,
for all
the
the
more
wrong
you think about
reasons.
this, right, the more I'm in. Like now it is Decker. I was laughing at the start, like, but I'm firmly in your camp now, mate. Like, just bring it on, man. So don't bring it
Yeah.
on.
And
I'm with
listen.
you as well, Chris. So, like, you go in as the underdog. You know, you've got a chance to shock teams. Nobody's expecting you to do anything here.
I
Do
did
you know what I
want
mean?
one win.
And I
Though.
think-
I did want
yeah.
to win.
Well, win
One
it, man.
champions.
Listen, I think being the underdogs, some teams get lucky if they get one big team just within the group stage. We've got 3 absolute giants in there.
One thing to remember as well is
We
these
are a
teams can
giant.
draw against each other. So if they're all taking
yeah.
Tim, we'll fit in.
there's no dominant force, which kind of
Yeah.
can work both ways. But if all of them draw against each other, we could lose 3 games, but then win 3 games at home, and then you bump right up. So
That's what I
it's-
was saying
It'll be
before.
the
Though,
first
you
time.
might
First time.
underestimate us and play like a B team, and like come with like a lesser team if they've got whoever next, or if they need to get out.
Does that happen in the Champions League though? So
I
early
don't
on
think
the
that
group
happens in the Champions
stages.
League. Like,
you will
for the
see
bigger
lots
teams.
of-
You know, you never know. Yeah.
you'll see
I
lots of
think-
rotation from game day 4 if a team's already through. So Man City,
Yeah.
Bayern Munich,
Yeah.
they'll be rotating from game day 4, just taking the mick. In this group, I can't see the teams doing that. Like Paris Saint-Germain last year finished second in their group to Benfica. They had Juventus and Maccabi Haifa in there. Dortmund, I think, finished second in their group. AC Milan finished second in their group. So all of these teams finished second in the groups last year. So they're not exactly decisive. Although, again, AC Milan, some factors that had a lot of players injured. But I mean, had Zagreb in the group, Chelsea, and it was Salzburg or someone like it wasn't Salzburg, it was someone like that. So I can't see anyone being rested because I can't see anyone being qualified by 4 or 5. This is going down to the last day, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm
Oh, have you
clutching at straws here, but like I do think that how we play football is going to potentially shock at least a couple of them teams I'm seeing here. Like I think
All of them.
the way that we play, like all of them. I'm just looking at PSG. I'm thinking bit too much quality, maybe, but Dortmund and AC Milan. I mean, they'll be great matchups.
The chance
Look
for
at that, man.
PSG
That's
is
ridiculous.
we've got a chance against PSG's midfield. They're not used to having to control difficult games. The midfield's really, really weak in recent years. It's been their main issue. Especially if they're going to try and come at us, that's going to. I think they might struggle in that group. PSG. They're essentially without Mbappe. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle for them.
Yeah.
With the
I still don't
championship
fancy
side, exactly.
Dembele versus Dan Burney though.
I don't fancy no one against Dan Burn, to be honest with you.
Scott,
The
when you put
interesting-
Scott, when you put that last comment on, just like Dan promote his thing a second, like not that one, the one underneath it.
Yeah,
Please.
sorry, yeah.
That one.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter at UCL Fantasy Pod, and we have our Champions League podcast, which is called The Main Event. But we are actually going to be doing it this year through Gallagher Shots as well. So for this year, whilst Newcastle are in it, and however long Chris and Scott will have us, we'll be recording some of the stuff in the studio. We're going to record tonight in the studio, but Aaron's potentially has COVID, so we can't meet up in person. So we'll be doing a recording after this, talking a little bit more about the Champions League stuff as well. If you're a new player, I recommend going on Spotify and actually just looking at, let me get the handle for you. I'm doing a different podcast called just called UCL Fantasy Podcast. We released a podcast yesterday where we just went through the rules of the game. So I'd recommend watching that one so that you know the rules. It's with Ed, who's on Twitter, the posh Geordie, me and a guy called Lewis, who has really high ranks. So watch that one to get the rules, and then just jump back into Gallagher Shots. For me and Aaron, we'll be doing all the Champions League fantasy stuff. We've done that for years.
How many Newcastle United players can you have in your team? Because I'm having a lot if I can.
You can have 3. Looking at the prices, you're probably going to want one of the centre backs because you get ball recoveries, points. You're probably going to want Isak if you were looking at someone higher.
Tonali.
I think Tonali's like 6.5 million or something, 7 million because of last year. We aren't great value on the game as a pot 4 team, especially in that group. But obviously, we're only in it once, so if you just want to play it once, yeah, pick your poison, go for whatever 3 you like, really.
In next year as well, man. It's fine.
Lads,
Go on, Joe.
tell me, mommy, ma.
Aye,
go
on,
into it, Billy.
The one thing
Denali-
I would
don't
know,
know.
Change Anthony
Denali
Gordon's
feels
song,
about
though, won't we?
Well,
interesting. We're talking about fixtures before. So, however the supercomputer decides to sort it all out, it will possibly affect the Brentford home game in the league, which is currently scheduled for the Sunday in September. And if we get drawn to play on the Tuesday night, they'll have to shift that game probably forward to the Saturday night, I think. So there's a potential fixture rearrangement. That
so
could
hang
affect
on.
the league.
So what comes as priority? Does Champions League come as priority then? So
It will do. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So they wouldn't shift the Champions League one to the Wednesday.
It's
They'll do it on the
currently-
Tuesday.
no. So it's currently that Brentford game is currently supposed to be Sky's 4:30 game on the Sunday.
Mhm.
So they'll probably have to shift it forward to the Saturday night at 8
Okay.
to still cover it. Because the Champions League one, because it's on such a grand scale, it'll take priority.
Okay.
Well, it's tough because obviously it's one's Sky and one's TNT, so they aren't going to work necessarily with each other. I don't know how it even works myself. Normally, the Premier League games get moved, but it's easy when it's the TNT games. They get moved to like at 12 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and that's when they're all complaining, isn't it? Like Klopp and that kicks off.
Yeah.
But it's because it's the same broadcaster. With Sky and TNT being different broadcasters, could get a bit spicy.
I would assume Premier League games, there's probably something in the contract that says they're more flexible to move because they're used to doing it all the time. So you would
Yeah.
You
Although we're
have
just
to have a set number of games on each
stick
night
on the
during the week,
Wednesday.
don't you?
But is there not? So I was reading the rules before. Is there not some rule where there needs to be a certain amount of games played on Tuesday and Wednesday anyway for Champions League? So that's set.
Yeah,
Apparently.
you've always got an even distribution of the fixtures. You've always got 8 games on the Tuesday, 8 games on the Wednesday, and you have 2 games on each of those days being kicked off at 6 p.m. and then the other 4. Is that right?
They always tend to be from the
Yeah,
same groups
let's
though as
take
well, don't they?
Yeah.
So
Buzzing.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you
that's
seen that,
ridiculous.
Have you seen the Man City group? I think Pep will get back in centre midfield in that group. Jesus. Like,
They've
how,
had, they've had good luck there. Like, I mean,
That is
Kane
a
draw,
dream,
innit?
isn't it?
Jesus.
Like that's
Literally
where
a
you're going
dream.
to see a weekend team go out. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
they're not
100%.
asked for that. Like, well,
Yeah.
a weekend team to Man City is completely different. A weekend team to us, like, but that they
Man-
can just put half the effort in and walk through
There's
that. Like.
the England women's
England.
manager getting
Oh.
women's coach of the year. Serena
I'm glad they
Reisman.
did it this way. Like, I'm glad they did it where they done the
Aye.
votes afterwards. So we didn't
I
have to sit
wasn't
here
dragged
and-
out. Wasn't dragged out that long, like, which was good.
yeah, it's a nice. I think they must have had a lot of feedback from the previous years because everyone was just kicking off. It's like it's taken hours to do this.
It's like the Ballon d'Or in it. Like, I don't think I've ever watched that. It takes like 6.5 hours.
I think
No, I'll just watch it when Isak wins it. That's when I'll watch it.
Aye.
The next season, and doing a live stream.
Aye. After this year, when he's a top goal scorer in the Champions League.
from a neutral perspective, I think that Group D looks really like that. That looks like that's going to be a good group to watch.
Yeah.
Although Benfica Inter is historically such a boring game of football, but Sociedad in Salzburg, and then Benfica against those two. I think those will be like the good games.
This is kind of the frustrating thing, though, Dan. Like you've got like obviously we've been going into these European fixtures, and everybody's thinking, oh, like it's going to be a more slow paced game. We're going to have to be clever with tactics and stuff like that. And we get put in Group F, and we're just going to be absolutely back and forth for the full game. Like it's ridiculous.
Give it a tennis in it.
game.
It's going to be like a game of chess. Is it
100%.
shit?
I wonder what kind of
PSG
welcome
and
finale he's going to
Dortmund-
get back at the San Siro.
PSG and
Probably not
Dortmund will be very quick games, especially there'll be a lot of counter attack on display. AC Milan, I think, I think that'll be a slow one for us because they'll just try and I think they'll try and shut the game down. And honestly, all three of those teams will probably try and beat one the counter. Genuinely,
Yeah.
that would be. But that's the concern when you saw obviously not bring up the tragedy of Saturday, but It's
Cheers, mate.
we need to share
I forgot about that.
on how to defend against counter-attacking teams, because these three, that's what they're going to be doing. With Rafa Leao and Pulisic for AC Milan, Marlon and Royce for Dortmund, and then obviously Mbappe and Dembele for Paris Saint-Germain.
Do you know what is a great shout there, Scott? That came in there by that Stevie W. That says need to get that fan zone pulled together. Imagine the atmosphere when we get that sorted.
Unbelievable.
They're
Imagine
aiming for
Dortmund.
November,
Champions
aren't
League
they?
night.
Yeah, they're in for November.
Yeah.
That'll be mint.
I'll tell you
to
what,
get that.
War Flags will have their hands full for a display against Dortmund, mind.
They're gonna have to.
That'll be-
Yeah, they're gonna have to be on their A game, which I'm sure they will.
That first game is going to be something else, man.
Oh, I can't
Absolutely
wait.
something else. Like,
Absolutely
I
cannot
always
wait.
think
Has anyone got a
about it and then
particular
it's gonna
order?
happen.
Any got a particular order that they like to play? I mean, obviously you play everyone, but
Can we just do
the
them all
third
over
game.
one weekend like we did pre-season? with the Salah Cup?
They all play
Dude,
It's like
Dude,
winner
Cup.
stays on.
Aye.
Winner stays on.
King of the Ring.
First goal, the winner.
Aye,
You know
get
what
a
should
I hope
goal,
we're
you
at
should
home.
for each goal you score.
I hope we're
Decker,
home
I'm
for the
going to
first
ask you
game.
this
like,
question, right, Decker? Because I know you're a fan of this game growing up, right? If you are playing Wembley doubles, right, which two Newcastle players would you want? I'm thinking Isaac straight away.
I can't see the other one. He doesn't play for. Isak, probably Gordon actually.
Do you know what I'm going for Isaac and Fabian, me, like.
Fabian.
Oh, just because he absolutely loves the shot from outside the box.
I hope the first game's at home. That's what I really. Obviously
Aye,
not bothered,
absolutely.
I would love it if it's home. It would be.
I know Joe doesn't.
I didn't, but you know that's selfish.
Matty,
Yeah.
man, how are you?
If you could have if you
Typical
could go
for
to any one of these
Didn't
away
block.
days, even if you don't have a ticket, which one do you want to go to? Everyone.
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Is everyone,
Dortmund. I've
got
is
a-
everyone going to
Got a mate
Dortmund?
who's a Dortmund season ticket holder,
Sausage,
so I'm hoping
sausage, beer,
I
yellow
can get in
wall.
the home end.
That's where I
Yeah, I
want
would
to go.
probably
feel
say
like-
Dortmund. But I,
might-
think
yeah.
Paris may be
I
the
feel like
easiest one.
Dortmund might be the most accommodating as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
yeah.
people be flying to Dusseldorf and training up. I imagine.
That'll be like it'll be like a series of Wiedersehen pit if they're all going to Dusseldorf.
Aye.
Daryl, you
Hey,
can
so
go
go
to
with,
Paris.
European
Direct
train.
train to Dortmund, it's just
Aye.
Milan. I'll have to get a flight for. Not that I'll ever get a ticket, like, but you know.
Do you know what it is? Though? It's that sort of thing. It's the same scenario when we made the cup final for the League Cup, where people get even if I don't have a ticket, I'm going. It's the
Aye.
same, but
Yeah.
a hell of a lot
Aye.
more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
Because Scott, you're at the computer now. Check for a flight to to Paris. Pick a random week that one might play.
I know. I'm
How's
going
how's the Eurotunnel doing?
Aye,
I'm
I'll
going
do
to
it.
America.
Newcastle.
I'm going
I'm
to
swimming
America.
over and I
literally
can't even swim.
I come back from
I-
America,
I-
and then
I
2
think
days
I'm-
later, I think we'll play.
Shall we just
Yeah,
all
America,
get together
that-
in a
that's the
Gallagher
first
shots
one.
little boat and go across in a little boat?
No, for Raj will be after
Just-
when we come back.
I was gonna say,
Aye.
doesn't usually end well
Could be
enough,
off
we get
to
turned around.
Sudan or whatever it is.
Imagine French border force
Sorry.
control coming out in a boat and saying, "What you doing?" Well, we're going to watch Newcastle in Paris. What's the matter?
Did you just force a Geordie accent when,
Armada.
when the
You
Paris
just went a
police
bit
pulled you out of
Geordie,
there?
didn't
Did
Aye.
you just kind of
Well,
Paris?
Just going
Here
to
we go,
Paris.
boys. Newcastle, Charles de Gaulle, flying on Wednesday morning, 123 quid.
Get a book
When's
now.
that, though?
Return, the return flight
Book it.
is 186 quid.
Jesus.
And I'll come back on the Thursday.
It'll be 500 quid each way in a couple of weeks.
It will be. This is
Yeah,
what I
it'll
mean.
next
Like,
week.
it will be.
You're
Book it and
talking
then
on
just
top
get
of
a
your beer,
taxi to Dortmund.
Do you know what we should do, right?
£1,000, aren't you?
Like, actually, Dan, you know this. When are the games played?
What do you mean?
Tuesday and a Wednesday.
night?
No,
Oh,
no,
like
like as in months.
months.
September,
October.
October.
September,
Hang on,
October,
I've got them in my calendar.
September and October. I think it might run into November as
So-
well.
Yeah. And there's a
Uh,
there's a
19
One in
game
December.
So you got 19th and 20th of September, or is
Yeah.
the first game week. Then you've got 3rd and 4th of October. The 24th and 25th of October. The
So
7th and 8th of November.
If anybody's got any holidays at work, right? If anybody's got any
28th
holidays
and
left
29th
for
November.
one of these away trips, do you
Me.
know what we should do, right? We should just buy the cheapest car and we'll just send 4 of yous in this really cheap banger to one of the away games.
Top Gear style.
I've got holidays.
Aye.
Just get the ferry,
I'm
get
all
the ferry
for
to
that.
Amsterdam, pick me up.
Scott will
I'll
be
come with.
much better, mate, if you
Aye.
give him a shit car, like the shittest car you can find.
Cool,
See how
cool.
far they get.
Transfer to break down and you've
Like a
got
Chick Vicento.
Yeah.
Is
I'll
Scott's going to
hire
rock up to the
an
local
electric
enterprise
smart
and say
car,
what's the cheapest
and we'll
car?
run out halfway. We'll run
No,
out.
no, Daryl, it's not an enterprise job, mate. We're going on Auto Trader to see what
Oh,
shit.
God.
In fact, we're not even going on Auto Trader. We're going on Facebook Marketplace to buy it. Off your pop.
Oh.
Gallagher shots
So what's
on.
everyone's final thoughts? And is everyone? I'm guessing it sounds like everyone's absolutely buzzing with the fact that we've got Group F.
You have to be, don't you? When you take a
Kinda
step back
not
and look at it, you have to be. It's a group to be in.
As much as I'd love it, we're not going to win it. We might as well have a few cracking games like this.
Yeah.
Do you think Tonali's going to get a good reception, or do you think because he's left, he'll turn
Nah.
it?
Oh yeah, because Italians are really well known for being.
Calm, collected, and
It's going to be one
Yeah.
of these where they get like, is it like in Spain where they get the white hanky out and start waving the white hanky as an
The
insult?
big pigs' heads and all sorts thrown out. Judas. Everyone's going to be half their fans probably wearing Newcastle tops with 8 Judas on the back. I think it's going to be quite a partisan crowd for our Sandro. Sod them.
Haaland's won men's player of the year. Although for some reason,
Haven't these
no,
already been
yeah.
decided? Aren't they just giving them the trophy?
Yeah, well, he's
Yeah, he's already got his mic on and everything. Yeah.
God, he is tall, isn't he?
It looks like he's next to a school kid, huh?
Didn't I? That must be the Spanish one of the Spanish lasses, is it?
Yeah, it
think.
must be. Aye.
Yeah.
It
Someone
literally looks like
Benito
she's
or
a baby.
something.
What the
Didn't kiss her on the lips.
fucking hell's that trophy, by the way? It looks like someone doing a handstand with their legs
It's a
spread
torso.
open.
It's a torso.
Oh, it's a torso,
innit?
so not too far
Oh,
off
is it?
what I said, just the right way around.
No.
It looks like a
good call
bottle
by
with like
Sean
vodka
there.
in or something from a distance, like a
Zero
bottle of ice and
expectations
vodka
now.
in.
I bomb that. Yeah, that's her.
You're right, Scott. Scott, that message that you sent us, I can't see it because I'm recording on my phone.
Or is-
Nothing go off the
it's
camera.
just, it's just this group as a picture, so we can put it on the socials.
All right, okay.
If you're not a season ticket holder, if you're
Good
in the
luck.
ballot, you can only win one of these tickets. Which one do you want at home?
Home or away?
Home at home.
Home.
You're in the ballot and you can only win a home ticket. Which one would you want to see at St James's Park out of these?
I would say
Let's get
PSG,
the,
just for Messi.
Let's
Not
get live
Messi,
chat.
Neymar. Not Neymar.
Not
Neymar.
Neymar.
We'll get there.
Jesus, Scott, we're getting
Not
in the end.
Mbappe, Sergio
One of them,
Ramos.
I want to tell him.
One of them.
Live chat.
Um,
We get the live chat to tell her what they'd say.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
PSG.
yeah. Mine's
PSG for me,
PSG.
like.
PSG at home, Dortmund away.
Mm.
I'd take any of them. I'd creamy pants if I got any single one of these tickets, to be brutally honest. But
How many loyalty points for PSG away?
1 million.
10,000.
Aye, 1 million in a blowy.
We've got
Oh,
any.
God.
I don't think people care. I think they just
Yeah,
want
I
to
think-
give it
I
to
think-
James'
yeah,
Park.
yeah.
I know.
Oh man,
Oh, unbelievable.
cannot wait for that first game at home. Oh God, it's gonna be so special.
Shall I tell you what I'm looking forward to? That what you see on Twitter, where you'll see like the European away fans like marching through the city and stuff behind
Aye.
like the band. Like just to see that through Newcastle will be absolutely mental. I might start going into the office to work on a Wednesday actually now.
It's do you know what it'll
They'll
probably
have to march on
showcase?
the
It'll,
central motorway to get from the airport.
it'll probably showcase how poor a lot of Premier League away fans are, because
Yeah.
you'll get these three
Aye.
obviously away fans come to St James's Park and they will be loud. Every single one of those will be loud.
Are they still in the gods, or do they have to move them?
Yeah,
yeah, it's on
no,
the
they're
gods.
being gods.
Still in the
Aye.
gods?
Scott, Liverpool, you didn't even hear Liverpool at the weekend until obviously the last 10
No, I
minutes.
mean for Europe
do.
though. Obviously, I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
they
well,
don't
used
the
to.
Premier League or
Europe as well.
I thought we had to move them close at the pitch.
So I
They
thought
used
we
to
had
have
the
them in
European
that
football.
corner.
We're doing the Premier League
yeah,
as well, though,
right.
Scott.
Corner.
We had to move them in the corner. Sorry, that would be pitch side in the Premier League, but obviously we got the ruling to see we didn't because of safety concerns.
Safety reasons.
So it'll be exactly the same for Europe, I would have thought. The reason why
Safe
the
standing
last
as well up there,
European
isn't
one
it?
is because
Yeah.
we weren't really selling the tickets for a lot of the Europa ones.
So, out of the teams that we've been drawn against, who do you think will bring the best away support? Because I think it'll be Dortmund. Me.
Dortmund.
100% Dortmund.
Do you think they'll put
Borderline
the
with
screens
AC
up
Milan,
to
like,
stop
but it'll be
people
one of them.
throwing stuff down
Aye.
on the away fans?
They'll have to.
have
I would have imagined.
Nah, I don't
I
think they'll
think
bother.
It'll be
Nah.
Flair City.
I don't think they'll bother.
Like,
I might be wrong with the away fans. They might shift them close at the pitch, but I'm not sure how that
Sit
would have
right
worked with
below
season
them.
ticket holders
Yeah,
that
that's
were able
gonna
to
be a-
apply for the ballot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
It'd be a
guaranteed your
logistical
seat,
nightmare,
though.
wouldn't it?
For
Yeah,
the
if
cup.
you've already
They
bought your
guaranteed
package, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You've bought
Unless
package.
obviously
Bought your package.
unless they've
Well-
shifted them to higher in the gods, like to where the away fans would be. I don't really know.
Yeah,
Wait,
it'd
the
be
last
good
time-
going at level 7, wouldn't it? If you're in like Lisa's corner or
Well,
something.
Last
Exactly.
home game was against Benfica, wasn't it? And they brought a lot of fans, and they were up in where
Yeah.
like where the away
I'm
fans
sure
are.
in Europe, when away fans anyway always sit up in the gods. I'm sure they're not but pitch side. I'm sure
There's been a few times where they have been in the corner. To be fair,
Barcelona.
Yeah,
They've
but
been a
to be
couple
fair,
times
though, there
in
was
the-
it's when there hasn't been many of them coming.
It's like against
a Tromitoff
Angie.
brought like 5, and they were in
Like
the
when
corner.
people go to San Siro, you get stuck right up at the top. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think they've got the same.
Same in
rules
Nou Camp.
as the Premier
It's exactly
League.
the same in Nou
Yeah.
Camp. Like,
Yeah, they
Also-
can.
I think
Nou Camp
Bayern
was terrible.
Munich's away fans are up in the gods as well.
I think
Yeah,
it's
I don't-
specifically
I don't
a
know.
Premier League rule, not a UEFA one. So I think
Mm.
they'll
Yeah.
sit them on the
If
roof.
the Dortmund fans are throwing things down like half of these, then they'll walk out looking like the Simpsons or something. Just be covered. in Guaranteed.
I'll be one of them. I'll be one of them.
Yeah,
There's that new corporate area as well, isn't it? Directly underneath the away fans.
Yeah.
I
The-
mean,
is it the
smart
was
planning.
that called Wings?
Wings?
Called Wings.
Yeah,
And rooftops is that one, isn't it?
Yes.
rooftop.
Rooftop terrace.
Oh well.
Well, lads, it's been emotional, and I've loved spending time with you,
has.
but I'm off to masturbate. So I shall see you.
And if you want to watch that, it's $2.99 a month for the members only content.
Wow.
No, I think we will wrap it up.
You've been
there,
watching
boys.
Gallagher
Yeah.
Shots only fans.
It's been a real pleasure to do this. Thanks, Daryl, for being the SWAT of the group.
No bother.
And Ian,
Nerd.
better luck next time, mate. You should have been quicker. But thanks everyone for watching. We've got 242 people watching currently at the moment. If you want to just scroll down from this video and hit the little thumbs up, it means the world to us. We will put this image of the groups up on our socials, so you can get that if you want it. Yeah. Anyone want to add anything before we end?
Yes, I do. I want to say thank you, Scott, for all your hard work doing the graphics
Aye.
and doing it
Oh,
all
that was
together.
nice, Darren.
You have done well.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh,
Yeah. Cheers, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, he's
Scott.
such a suck up, isn't he? Proper
He really is the teacher's pet.
Thanks, Scott.
Just done it again.
balloon to this
I don't know. Oh, go on, there.
How are you doing this?
What's Harry doing?
I don't
Harry
know.
the next
Wow.
man.
Oh, there we go. Look at that, man. Get it
How
up
are you
here.
doing that?
Is that magic?
I don't know. Happening, isn't it? Boom, boom,
It's not
boom.
working.
Eh, what's happening there?
Not
He's
working.
What's Harry doing?
No idea.
I don't know.
That's
I
like
Got the
that
connection,
you
but he
took
can shoot
before.
hearts out of his hand.
did that before and I got like fireworks.
Before we go, Scott, do a screenshot of everybody celebrating group. What group? We're in Group F,
F.
right? On
What
three.
we got to do? Oh.
Just celebrate. 1, 2, 3. Get it! Yes! There we go.
Nice one.
Up the mag.
Bye, everyone. See you in the
Right.
next one.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Everyone,
Lee.